Hi everyone, it's Liberty from My Pen Addiction, and today I will be reviewing the Sharpie Ultimate Collection 115 count pack of permanent markers. Today's video is going to be a little different than normal. So I'm going to do separate videos for the different parts of this collection. So I'm going to do a video on fines, ultra fines, neons, metallics, twin tips, and chisel tips. Separate videos. So this will be a 6-part filming. So right after opening them, I'm like, how did they package these? It's a little confusing because it looks like there's no rhyme or reason. And 4 black Sharpies, that counts. 4 orange Sharpies, or I guess they're different colors of orange, but they look way too similar. But like they stuck like the neons and the metallics are upside down. I don't know if there's reasoning to that. I did count there are 115 here, but then they threw some thin Sharpies over here and some thick ones, and then there's more thin Sharpies, and then there's jewels somewhere in here, and they're just like boom, thrown in there somehow. So are there other types upside down? No, there's multiples. So there's 2 of each, I guess. Okay. And I don't know why they put them upside down. Maybe there's a reason for that. So I'm going to leave them upside down. But, so today's video, I'm going to start with chisel tips. The large chisel tips. Because those are something that are like different. I've never seen them in these colors before. Because I've only ever seen these large ones in like red, blue, and black. And there's a lot more colors than that. And I didn't even know they come in that. So let's test these today. So Sharpies. So this video is on chisel tip Sharpies, the large ones. So the package says there's 8, and there are 8 in the package. There's the color names, I believe, are on here. And it says there is a red, green, turquoise, blue, navy, magenta, slate gray, and black. So those are the 8 colors in the package, and we are going to put them to the test. First, on printer paper, more to see the bleed and the shadow than anything else, and see how thick the chisel tip really is. So we're going to go in first with the black, and I'm just going to write So the line can be very thin or very thick, which I like, and it's very precise. And I think it writes very nicely for lettering. It would look really cool. And it writes very smoothly. The color is constant throughout and very consistent. So there's no like skipping or anything of that nature. So first of all, the bleed and the shadow, you would totally not be able to write on the back of the paper. But that's somewhat expected with printer paper and Sharpies because they're known to be a permanent marker. And there's no smudging, they're dry, there's no coming off on my fingers. And I'll do a fresh one just to... There's a little marking on my fingers, but it dries within seconds. So that's really good. Now let's try a color. We're going to try a red. So if you can see, the tip is very fine. That's very nice. So red. So it can be very helpful because you could write in many different ways from the different sizes of the tip. And then there was a little, okay, so this one, there's like a little bump or something that leaves it a little hard to make an exact line. See that right there? It kind of like went up, but the red's the same way, doesn't smudge, barely comes onto my finger, writes very smooth, consistent with the ink, still bleeds. So, and it bled just a little speckles here and there on the next page, but that's expected. So now let's swatch and test on cardstock. So today I'm going to be swatching on cardstock because it's such a thick Sharpie, because I don't want it to go through the paper on my notebook and then I can't use it. So Just gonna do littles here and there. It is gray cardstock, but that shouldn't affect the color too much. Colors of these so far, they look really good. They perform really well. They're true to the lid color. So yeah, some of them are a little hard to, they skip a little bit with the making a line, like they go whoop. That's actually a navy and that's a black. So when you look at it close, or even on the camera, you can see that's navy and black. So I really like how they tested out on the cardstock. It still bled through the cardstock. That's expected. It is Sharpie, not onto my clipboard though. So now let's just swatch them quick on white paper. Ink is very consistent with the Sharpies, and the bright colors look very bright on the paper, so it looks really good. So yeah, there's the comparison. So they look very similar. But on this one, there's a little more variation in the ink. You can see different lines of where I kind of lifted and held the pen. And then same with these, except they're a little more consistent. And it did go through onto the next sheet of paper. So an 8-pack of chisel tip Sharpies can be about $7 to $9 depending on where you go. But the 115 marker set was $85 off Amazon. So you do get a lot of markers for $85, but that would be the price just to buy 8 is $7 to $9. But would I recommend these? Yes, I really like them, especially if you need a permanent marker that you can use on multiple surfaces. So whether it's like you're using freezer bags or fabric or paper or cardstock or envelopes, it would work really nice. The only thing you have to worry about is bleed and shadow. The colors are great. They come out really cool. They're smooth. So I would rate the Sharpies a 10 because for versatility and like practicality, you can use them every day. You can use them for different things. The tip is very versatile. It helps. You can do thin lines, thick lines, wavy lines, straight lines. So I would get these. Thank you for watching my pen addiction. Don't forget to like the video if you found it helpful. Comment down below what pens you want me to review, or writing instruments for that matter. And lastly, subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on all the pen reviews and not miss out on the rest of the Sharpie videos. Also get post notifications so you can know when they come out. Bye!